I hate when my phone charger won't reach my bed.
I hate when my leather seats aren't heated.
When I go to the bathroom and I forget my phone.
So you showed me a video. It was kind of interesting. It was a first world problems video.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I got some issues with these first world problems, but tell me more about this.
I'm going to say that I hate when nonprofit organizations try to guilt trip people into doing good things. I hate it. I think that if there's one thing that we could take out of the Kony thing, which is a positive message in there, is that the method that they used to get people to give was empowerment rather than guilt. So first world problems in itself is a parody on the fact that we realize that some of the times that we have ridiculous problems. So taking a parody on us making fun of ourselves to then make us feel bad about ourselves, I think is extremely ineffective.
I don't know. On one hand, I can appreciate the fact that in this climate, you're just trying to get attention for yourself. And prior to seeing this clip, I had never heard of the organization, Water is Life. And definitely Clean Water is an initiative that really kind of needs some work in places.
Granted, yeah.
But I have issues because the problems they describe in these videos are not so-called first world problems that are not experienced in the so-called third world. Those are problematic terms, we know. But these are problems that I bet many of the people in these videos also experience in terms of like lack of Wi-Fi networks and having to charge your cell phone. These are things that happen everywhere. It doesn't matter what part of the world you're in. Whereas things such as clean water, which require a lot of infrastructure investment, do not happen everywhere. So I don't think you'd equate one with another. But
they're almost trying to picture it that they don't remotely have access to those things. So it's showing someone saying, I hate when my Wi-Fi isn't accessible because my house is so big, and they're in front of a dirt patch. So they're trying to paint a picture of complete desolate living where they don't have access to any of the technology, which as you mentioned, is probably not the truth. But even if it is the truth, I think when you give out of knowledge, when you give out of just general concern for human betterment, rather than that, like, oh, I guess I should give because I have it so great. I mean, you don't have to do something great for somebody else because you feel that it's your duty. You should do it because it's good to do good things for other people. So I don't know. I just don't. It's almost like scare tactics, which does work on people. But personally, I find this kind of stuff very distasteful.
I can see where you're going with that. The Feministing article which described this also sort of talked about being uncomfortable the way they use children in this video.
That's all of these videos, man. Like we were just saying, the World Vision videos that we've seen since we were 5 years old, where they have that fly shot of like the fly right by their eye, and it's like, I'm sure the camera guy's telling the kid, "Don't swat it away." Like this is the money shot right here. So they've been doing that. So I don't think that's really a new argument.
I don't think in general there's anything wrong with using children. I think there's a problem if you sort of keep the perception of Africa as the helpless victim, and by using children in these instances, that's what you're doing. But I also had to take issue with the problem with just because we're uncomfortable by it doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad thing. We should be able to focus more on things that we are uncomfortable with because, as we'll see in later discussions, one of the biggest problems for white men like myself is fear of talking about things that make us uncomfortable.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? I think, I mean, by and large, I really can't knock them because I do know for a fact this is effective for some people, and some people do need to be guilt-tripped into doing good things, period, or doing anything, period, that they don't necessarily want to do or have to do in the first place. So, and like you said, it does bring attention because it uses a trend or a slang that we all kind of relate to. And I clicked the video because of that. Yeah. So, at the end of the day, maybe it's effective because we're even talking about it, but ineffective because I don't feel compelled to give to this. I'm giving to a charity right now because I am a girl, and it's a very uplifting video that allows me to feel like I want to be a part of that, not that, oh, I better be a part of that because I'm such a scumbag for having a cell phone. So sue me.
So I think we can kind of conclude that we're some of this for clean water initiatives, none of that to this style of parody ad making, and none of that to the whole first world problems hashtags. You got to stop that. No one says third world and first world anymore. It's very antiquated terminology.
Here's a question for you. Do white journalists hog technology?
Does Pitchfork have a race problem, or does Chaos just have a sentence structure problem?
And stay tuned for a recent study that proves once and for all that pot, although natural, is in fact awful. Yeah, baby, yeah!
Here we are, episode number 27 of The Sum Up, February 10th, 2013. I am Michael J. Warren.
And I am Shannon T. Boudram. You went first this time.
I did.
Threw me off. We got an hour of controversial and conversational net finds.